What's up, boys and girls? So in this video I'm going to answer questions that you guys asked about Mayhem athlete programming.
Let's go away like you see me now. Way like you see me now.
Right, so one of the questions that came up probably the most is regarding volume, so I'll answer that first. The question was, if I paraphrase what most people asked, is how much volume is in the training. So to break it down, it's usually the workouts get released on Sunday. That includes Monday to Saturday workouts. Sunday is a complete rest day and Thursday is an active recovery rest day. The Thursday programming is usually a swim workout. Nothing intense, but you can also there, if you don't have access to a pool, they do program another option as the active recovery workout. It's usually 2 sessions a day, both Monday or from Monday to Wednesday and Friday to Saturday. Sometimes Saturdays might be 1 session. There's no real pattern to that, it's just how it is. The sessions can usually be done in about an hour and a half, including a warm-up. If you do the warm-up correctly and the cool downs correctly, all that, it does take a lot of time. For me, when I first started, the volume was too much, and this is from someone that's done 2 sessions a day for the last 2 years before I started this anyway. So it took a couple of weeks. It took 2 or 3 weeks for me to get used to the amount of volume and I guess the amount of intensity as well. So after that, I was fine. I'm fine now. I was able throughout August to do 100 burpees every day extra as a challenge. And I'm cycling to work and back, which is about 12 miles a day. So on top of that, I'm still able to do all the training. So it's not too much. It's more about the intensity that you train at. The volume can get quite rough. Like Monday was pretty busy. Tuesday wasn't as busy. It was a couple of quick metcons. I was in and out of the gym within an hour. And Wednesday, today, was quite a while. It was 2 sessions. So I did the morning session was a run. I did a cycle because I cycle to work anyway, and I've still got a little bit of peroneal tendonitis, so I didn't run, so it didn't really count that. And then in the gym it was 3 quite intense metcons with 5-minute rest in between, including a warm-up and some accessory work. That took a while, and 5 RM deadlift. So yeah, that was the volume can be quite a lot to get used to, but just stick to it 2 to 3 weeks and you'll be fine. Right, second question was about the payment options. So they've got a couple of payment options. They've got a couple of programs. They've got What's Rich Doing. They've got Mayhem Compete, and then Masters program and home programs and stuff like that. So they've got a lot of options to choose from. I am on Mayhem Compete. I've got a friend that's on What's Rich Doing. It's very similar. What's Rich Doing is more about what he's actually doing at this moment, and Compete is what he would have done if he went back now into individual competition. That's what they say anyway. So sometimes the workouts overlapped, so you'd have a workout that's similar to one in What's Rich Doing, because in general, a lot of what Rich actually is doing just gets adapted to individual programming, and then that's in Compete. The price plan, or the payment options, is pretty good. So you can do a monthly. I think it's $39 per month or something like that, or $59 or $49 a month, something like that, something $9 a month. Then you get a 3-month option where you pay for 3 months at a time, at a slightly cheaper price per month than the initial one, or than the monthly basis. You get a 6-month basis, which is then slightly cheaper than that one, than the 3-month, and then you get a yearly basis. I'm on the 3-month basis purely because it helps me stick to the program for the next 3 months. Anyway, let me have a sip of my water. Another question that was asked was regarding the equipment. So, since I started, I've had to buy a 45 kilogram dumbbell. You don't have to buy a 45 kilogram dumbbell. I did, and I had to buy a 70 kilogram sandbag. So, what Rich really likes, or Mayhem Athlete Programming really likes, rope climbs, handstand walks, heavy dumbbell squat snatches, handstand. Did I say handstand push-ups? Handstand push-ups, sandbag cleans, box over burpees, and then the usual stuff. So you don't need a specific, extra kit that you don't normally get in the gym. For the first couple of months, I took a 30 kilogram dumbbell and a 40 kilogram dumbbell and taped two 2.5s on the side with duct tape. What I also have done previously when I went to other gyms that didn't have 40 kilogram dumbbells was, so I'd calculate, say it's 10 snatches at 45 kilograms, that's 450 kilograms. I've got a 30 kilogram dumbbell. How many snatches would that be to equate to the same amount of weight? So that's what I did, and then I just broke that down. Since then, they moved to SugarWOD instead of Wodify. So now you can actually ask them questions. It's really cool. So there's been a couple of times where some of the members don't have ski ergs, for example, and then they ask, what can I do instead of the ski erg? Or some people don't have ropes to do rope climbs, and then I ask, what's that? And then the coach will reply, or someone that's done it for a while, that's obviously seen how they normally program that as an alternative option, will comment, do 5 to 7 pull-ups instead of a rope climb, or do the same distance on the rower. So like for me, when I've got peroneal tendonitis in my foot, so I don't run at this moment, I still do everything else, but instead of running, I just do double the distance on the assault bike. Same thing, so if it's intervals, I do exactly the same intervals, just double the distance. So yeah. Equipment wise, you can get away with not having all of the equipment. You don't have to have a GHD. He does do a lot of GHD sit-ups. You don't have to have that. It could be toes to bar, or stuff like that. I have myself actually built previously, when I went to other gyms that didn't have that, a GHD machine, by just putting a wall ball on a box with a bar to the rack, hook my feet under the bar, and then do GHDs that way. It's not the most comfortable way to do it, and it's not the easiest way to get in and out, and you do feel a little flimsy, but needs must. So yeah, don't worry too much about the equipment. You can get around that. There are ways to get around that. Another question was the delivery method, as in when does programming come out, and how does it come out, how do you get it? A lot of companies send emails. With Mayhem, you sign up for SugarWOD. SugarWOD is awesome. I've always used SugarWOD. They used to be on Wodify, but that to me was an annoyance, because I always had to move my scores on Wodify, or say I get a PB on my back squat on Wodify, I'd have to move that over. I'd have to put it into 2 places. So now they're over in SugarWOD. It's really easy. All of your benchmark stuff are on there. So if you do Isabel, for example, the time goes up and you know what time you got for Isabel. So next time when you do it, you can just go back and look. All your weight stuff is on there. So all your strength, deadlifts, cleans, snatches, name it, it's on there. It's really cool. Even if you don't join Mayhem Athlete Programming, get SugarWOD. It's really, really a good app. I'm not sponsored by either Mayhem Athlete or SugarWOD, by the way. I'm just doing this because I feel like I would have liked this information before I started. Don't get me wrong, I'm not at all sad that I started. I'm really happy. Mayhem Programming works very well for me, but you always have these sort of questions when you're not sure before you spend money. So yeah, they're at Sugarwatt. It comes out Sundays. Sunday evening UK time is usually it's done and it's out there, or on the WOD, on Sugarwatt, and you can go through days. So it's always all the way. I've noticed a couple of times Saturday's not up until like Wednesday, but that's not the end of the world. I've had previously where I've gone to gyms where I'm traveling and I know this gym doesn't have that and that and that, then I just move my days around. So it's nice having a view of the entire week. One of the other questions was regarding, it's not an exact question, but there's a couple of questions, a couple of people that asked, how does Olympic lifting, so say for example you've got to work on your strength, how does that play into it, and can you still get stronger while getting fitter? Because I'm sure a lot of the programs out there just make you fitter. To be completely honest, I have gotten a lot stronger. I've PB'd all of my lifts since starting, actually apart from my snatch, to be honest, since starting Mayhem programming. I have I've really gotten stronger with pretty much everything. And the way they do that is you do strength workouts. So you do back squats every now and then, you do dumb deadlifts, you do front squats, you do all the strength components, and you do a lot of lifting on its own, like 1-arm snatches, 3-arm snatches, clean and jerks, etc. But they also do a lot of workouts is programmed in such a way that it incorporates something that builds strength. For example, the heavy dumbbell squat snatches. At first when I started, I couldn't even do a 45 kilogram dumbbell snatch. Now I can do them not easy. I don't think it's ever going to be easy, but it's relatively doable for me. I can do it in a workout without absolutely dying. And that's clearly a strength gain. My shoulder strength has gotten better due to all of the handstand push-ups and the handstand walks we've done. My pull-ups, my pulling has gotten better because of all the rope climbs we've been doing. My core and myself in general has gotten stronger because of all the GHDs and toes to bar we're doing. So yes, you will get stronger. Maybe not as fast. If you want to get strong faster, you should really be on a strength only program. And I'm sure that they do have that strength bias programming. Sorry, Lily's in the cupboard. But I'm not on that, so to be completely honest, I can't really tell you. But with this program, you will get stronger. With Mayhem Compete Programming, you will get stronger. Right, so this has been it's been a long video. This has been fun. I enjoy talking about this. I'm really happy with Mayhem Programming. It works really well for me. I really like the movements that Rich Froning favors, and I can really see why he favors it, as it builds strength in a lot of other aspects. It's very transferable. Like the rope climbs have really improved my chest to bars, all of my pulling movements. Lily. And Lily's on the table. The handstand push-ups and the handstand walks have really improved my overhead stability and my pushing strength. There's her tail over here. And she's down. And then in general, my core has gotten a lot stronger, and that always helps with everything. Yeah, so I hope you guys get something out of this. I hope this helps you make a decision. If it does, please let me know down in the comments. If you have any more questions, I'm always happy to do another follow-up video. If you enjoyed this, if you got something out of this, please smash that like button and subscribe down below. Hit the little bell to get notifications when I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys whenever I upload another one. Cool. See ya.